Okay, 11:31 a.m., 6/12/2026. Ready to talk about this honestly. And being honest, to be honest, is not always easy. In fact, if being honest is ever easy, everyone might be doing it all the time. And because being honest takes a lot of effort, even though it might lead to what might be a difficult consequence or a difficult result. It ultimately is a liberating feeling inside the body. Being honest with oneself is where being honest with the outside world, quote unquote, begins. So the work of being honest with oneself is what Nora here, the volunteer body, made a choice to be and to do not too long ago. And with that same idea in mind, to continue to relate and build bridges with the animated, energetic, curious, solid, and real friends that are attracted to the same. We continue to do the work. Nora continues to take her steps in her real world to move herself forward in whatever direction she decides that is best for her. Making choices, some automatic, like the one to breathe, for example, in her body, is an automatic choice that is codified in her body, and it knows what to do to keep itself honest. Nora's body knows what to do to keep itself honest and comfortable in the knowledge that the integrity that Nora practices, beyond just the words coming out of her mouth, are a feeling that the body matches once Nora makes a choice and decides to put one foot in front of the other and continue in a certain direction that she prefers and finds comfortable, not too painful, not leading her anywhere that she doesn't want to go. Building an honest relationship with herself is what this work is for, by and with And through Nora and her consistency and honest intent to continue to do the work that she knows is for her, and picks up on her own cues, her own clues that she is leaving for herself. Not a trail of crumbs, not a trail of tears, not a snail trail, not any dotted line or broken marks on the road, but ideas that come to her in a whole sense, a plus whole sense of herself, matching the same frequency that she attracts and puts out all at once. Here in the void, the void of the Taurus, that is a comfortable setting for Nora, which is a safe and comfortable space that she builds, continues to prefer, and chooses to animate with honest day's work of truth building and receiving her due, receiving the message that she most prefers, and allowing the message to arrive and land in her body, which she has prepared, cleansed, continues to clean from the inside of whatever clutter remains of her BS belief systems that no longer serve her, but that made her into who she is. And so being honest with herself and all the pain and all the joy that she received while building her true form, her true self, here in this body. Being honest with the pain and the joy, she is complete and satisfied with her results. Those same results that she searched for and worked so hard for, not knowing if the work was leading anywhere for her or leading her in a certain direction, not knowing what would happen if she continued moving in the direction that she chose a long time ago. But being as honest with herself as possible with what she knew in the moment, the facts, for example, at her disposal, the ideas that she processed in her brain, processed in her body, and those that gave her a good feeling sometimes, or an odd feeling sometimes, or a curious feeling sometimes, or an angry feeling sometimes. All of those feelings that were put in the blender here in Nora's vessel, mixed and made the body into who she is today. And there are no regrets in Nora's heart or her core, maybe in her mind still, because the mind always has something to think about. The mind always wants to know something, always has a question, always has some sort of doubt. And that is the work of the mind. The work of the mind is to question everything. And it's honest work. And Nora is not here to be dishonest in any part of this process with herself. She wants to continue to ask all the questions of herself as she recognizes and reconciles the situationship here with her body and with her mind, with her emotions and with her energy self. As the split that happened about 50 years ago when she landed here on this planet, third density, planet Earth, as the split is reconciled and comes back to a single lifetime, timeline, strand, noodle, all over the place, tangled up with lots of other probable selves, possibilities, opportunities that Nora is here to investigate honestly, question with herself, no longer looking for answers from the outside world, because as a responsible adult that she has become in the very recent present moment, after a lot of work, the questions that remain in Nora's body as to who she is and what she's here to do, those answers are no longer available to her from the outside world, meaning she's not satisfied. She has not been satisfied, has got no satisfaction from the outside world about who she is. And so she's got to answer those remaining few questions about who she is. Who am I? That answer can only come from within. And so if there's any lies being told here coming out of Nora's mouth, then she will receive an appropriate result based on that lie to herself. She will receive her due deserts, her just deserts. If she's lying to herself in any of this, with any of these ideas, then she will receive what she is due based on the lies that she tells to herself, or based on how honest she is with herself at this time, in the past, in the future. All of the lies that Nora could tell are here, ready for her to speak them out loud, with an honest intent to stop lying to herself about what's happening. Nora opens her eyes when she's done here, after this personal cleanse of her consciousness. This session that is a collaborative process with herself and 12 other friends, hashtag 13 friends of an energetic sort, that are here to be mirrors for Nora and give her an honest reflection to think about, ideas to chew on for as long as she would like, and then squeeze all the juice out of that idea, and continue to ask honest and appropriate questions, and receive honest and appropriate answers and results from her work. All of this work going on with Nora has nothing to do with anyone else, quote unquote, outside of this safe space. This work is a result of a personal project that Nora has embarked upon, and this personal project will eventually, in the projector of Nora's eyes, show her in her real world, in her real circumstance, as she walks in the streets, will show her the shift slowly, at a pace that she can handle, that won't make her dizzy, and have her take a tumble or hurt her. Not too much, not too little. That the shift becomes unavoidable. Nora can live in her comfortable space all day long. Nora can sit here with herself all day long, and her body is comfortable enough to maintain a sitting position for quite some time and not be in pain. Nora knows how long she can sit in one place before her body starts to hurt, before she knows that she needs to move. And so she moves herself. The doll moves herself. It's her choice, and her body is capable of moving herself in any direction she chooses. And with an honest eye, focused on Nora's world, we will continue the work with the volunteer because she chooses to continue the work for herself. And it's not easy. It's not easy, she says, to be honest with herself. And because it's not easy, she understands that it's work that must be done. If she's to give herself worthy work on this planet, now in this moment, then that work will require some sort of effort from her, on her part. And so she has made herself responsible for her own actions, for her own thoughts, for how she expresses herself, her feelings, as she walks amongst her people, her community, and sends out a particular beacon from inside her core, and attracts the same. Practicing an honest day's work is not always easy, because it requires a lot of patience. A lot of patience to not have a result today, now, in this moment, when Nora might want something to happen. It requires consistency, day in and day out. Every time she closes her eyes to dream, she must open her eyes to act upon that dream, and keep moving herself, keep moving the tiny needle just one degree over, just 1 degree over. One choice, one small, tiny, insignificant choice that Nora can make could lead to an entirely different world for her when she opens her eyes and can recognize the shift happening all around her. And as she slows her roll, slows down her fast mind, fast thoughts, fast desires, and looks at her world honestly, looks at her world in recognition of herself in every single living thing and person and animal and environment, world, everything that Nora sees in front of her now, she can see as just another aspect of herself, just another probable self, another idea that comes at her and gives her a reflection, something that she wants to learn about, something that she wants to know, something that invites curiosity or invites a question from herself to herself, and then the answer comes from herself for herself in an honest fashion. Being honest with herself a little bit more, Nora knows that an honest answer to an honest question sometimes means no answer at all, not saying anything, and just sitting back and allowing the response to come whenever the response wants to come, not forcing anything anymore to come to her, rather sitting patiently, knowing that her honest day's work leading her to be able to sit and do nothing and think nothing about anyone or anything going on that she can't control, that she can breathe in and breathe out all of her honest intent to save the world. She is now saving the world from herself. and saving herself from herself by doing nothing and being at peace and not thinking about all of the things that she could do to make the world a better place, to make herself a better person, to make herself a better anything for anyone else, but rather being honest with herself about the things that are waiting for her to be done outside of this door are already done, and she can sit for another half hour and talk about how she's being honest with herself or not, and then act upon these thoughts in some way or not, and get a certain result. She gets what she puts out. If Nora wants pain, she will act as if she wants pain. If Nora wants joy, she will act as if she wants joy. Anything in between, she will act in order to receive that. This. A policy of honesty is only as good as Nora's commitment to herself to maintain that frequency, regardless of when she opens her eyes, the difference that she sees coming at her, the lies. The lies she tells to herself and continues to activate, animate in a way that perpetuate the world as it is, the status quo maintenance. That's what lies do. And so, in order to see a 1% shift, a 1 degree shift, not very much, in Nora's world, she chips away at her own lies, lies she tells herself, comfortable lies that she tells herself daily, chips away at those, and chooses honesty, chooses to speak as honestly as possible, as honestly as she would allow herself to speak on any given subject, in front of any given subject, whether it's sitting here by herself or in public. And physical public, no less. The commitment is the same. And honesty, working from an ethical place, takes practice. It takes courage. And it takes sometimes the feeling of going against the tide, because being fake, being rehearsed, being willing to bend the truth, being dishonest is also a practice. And so the idea here with Nora is to have her receive her just desserts based on how honest and ethical she is with herself as she practices the same. Not reaching for perfection, just reaching, searching, looking for, in her own steps, a 1 degree shift, a 1% shift over. That in the future, perhaps, we don't know, not yet, because we don't talk about that. Nora doesn't want to know, and that's great. Practicing an honest day's work about being honest with herself means she's got to know what it feels like to continue to tell herself the same comfortable lies that give her a feeling of stability and give her the feeling of sameness and give her the feeling that nothing is happening here with her. It's all the same BS belief systems that she's comfortable with, and that's great. Not wanting to blow Nora's mind with too much awesomeness just yet, we move forward with her and her honest intent to change just a little tiny bit at a time. And that's great.